Good morning, lovelies. How are you all doing today? I hope you're well. I am. I'm just about to go out and do my weekly shop. Yes, shopping list, etc, etc. I thought for a change though, I thought I'd bring you along with me while I actually go to the shops. I'm not sure how much filming I'll be able to do, just in terms of if there's piped music or if there's, you know, too many people about. I'm hoping there shouldn't be too many people about though, because it's, looking at the cooker clock, it's just coming up about 8:45, so yeah, shouldn't be too crowded. Okay, so yeah, let's go off and do some shopping and popping in and out of my lovely shops. First port of call, Salt Pig, local farm shop, and this is where I can get my lovely Isle of Wight tomatoes loose. Lots of stockists around here, but not all of them sell them loose, so I'm going to be getting them here. And I've got some very nice deli things as well. Ooh, it's a big pile of olives I fancy. No, I don't need olives, I just need tomatoes. Right, next stop, Nick's. Well, you will see. Let's pop in, and I want round this corner. This is what I'm after. I want shallower ones. Yeah, they're not very shallow. Oh, I wonder. Right, let's look. In Tupperware. I think it all looks, it's all too big. Right, I know. I'm going to double back, retrace my steps down the high street and go to Bert's Bits and see if Bert's got some. Right, let's have a look. Bert's Bits. It's a deceptive shop. Looks tiny from the front. There's a little nook around here. This is all gardening bits. They really, I mean, it's a tiny shop, but they've packed in. This is the little lean-to. Look, it's like this would have been the alleyway. But yeah, they've packed their bits into Bert's Bits. So, right, that's your posh Tupperware. Any takeaway tubs, and on it goes. So that's the foil ones. I don't want the foil ones. Ah ha ha ha. Yay, brilliant. This is what I want. Oh, they're quite deep too. I think that's the ones Nixon's had, really deep. Still, that, they will stack in the freezer, or pack into the freezer better. So the reason I'm looking at these now is because tomatoes are coming on thick and fast, and all the ones I used to have, some of them were over 10 years old. They were getting split and what have you. Are they all 650? Yeah. Yeah, they were split and cracked, and I mean they were ancient. Some of them, like I said, over 10 years old. So I put them in the recycling. I think let's start with 2 packs, and then I'll see how my harvest goes. Okay, next stop, Co-op. I can't remember when it was built. It was, you know, in the last sort of 30-40 years. They had to do it in Perfect Stone, of course, and it's right opposite. Oh, God, it's a grim day. You see, it's right opposite the train station. That's the siding sheds up there. Oh, we can just see a little puff of steam. train's getting ready to go this morning. You can't see it because it's behind it, but yeah, that's the station. Anyway, I'm not here to get a train. I'm here to do some food shopping. Oh, sorry. Actually, first thing is to get rid of my plastic. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Get rid of my plastic. Where is it? That's about a month's worth. Keep the outer bag. Anyway, pretty full. Oops, sorry, can't do this one-handed. Right, good. Now, let's go and get some food. I don't need a lot from here. Oh no, I don't need any, but I've been buying they're sort of, are they satsumas? Not quite satsumas in this box. They've been really, really good. Best sats in ages. But that's not what I need. I'm after mushrooms, for one thing. And then you can compare prices. So, tomatoes. Where have they got their Isle of Wight tomatoes? Pretty sure they do them. So I can buy organic cherries, £2.85 for that tray. But I'm not after that because I've got some others that I'm after. Mushrooms. So, oh, they have got organic. They don't always have organic. No price label. But otherwise, regular sort of small portobellos, £1.40. Yeah, I can't see prices. Button mushrooms, £1.05, 150 grams, but I'm after the organic ones. Let's have a look. Actually, I like the look of the next box up. Oh! Whoa! Oh! That's what happens when you're trying to do things with one hand. Hold on. Sorry. I'll pop you back up there. That's the one I was looking at. Door slamming on me. Yes. There's no price, but that's what I'm after. Okay. And then all those aubergine look beautiful, don't they? Oh, black beauties. Right, and now I'm after, bring back, yes, a collie. Oh look, grown in Cornwall, so it hasn't come too far. Obviously I'd like a nice big curd, but I'm also looking at the green because I want to be able to make the most of the green bit too. They all look a bit battered and bruised. I might have to put you down for a proper look. How much a collie? Cauliflowers, they are each, well, £1.35, unless you're a member, it's £1.19. I am a member, and that's an oldie price match. £1.19, but it will go, oh, that's a nice one actually, that'll do. I think that will do. Lots of green on there that I can use. Yeah, let's be having you. Oh. Right, what's next on the list? Oh, do I fancy some broccoli? I've not had broccoli for a while. No, stick to the list. I am looking for feta. Do they not have any feta? Oh yeah, I see, it's down here. Any different types? Oh gosh, that's quite expensive. £2.40. There's another one. Yeah, mass, reduced fat. No, I want my fat. It's good for me. I think it's going to have to be this one then. I've not actually tried their feta before. Yeah, I've never tried their feta, so it's just yeah, I'm going to give it a go. But £2.40, crikey. Anyway, I'm having it. Let's have that. It's hard to resist when I'm next to all these cheeses. Oh, I love a bit of Stilton. And I absolutely love Santander. It's a, anyone maybe not in the EU or it's a, I'll show it to you. It's a blue, but it's really creamy. Oh my goodness, well it says rich and creamy. It's blooming gorgeous, £3, and that's about 150 grams. Oops, sorry, it's about 150 grams. Anyway, not having that. Oh, camembert, no, Vivi. Oh, brie, no, stop it, I'm a cheese addict. I really have to temper myself when it comes to cheese. Of course, one more shop to visit, my own garden. So I've just grabbed from up the side a yellow courgette. Let's have, ooh, see if I can twist it. Oh, I've broken it, that's why I prefer to cut. Hold on. This green one has been prolific. What else? Oh, let's have a cucumber. Cucumber wumba. Oh, it's a bit grubby on the floor. It's been a bit thingamabobbed on the floor. So, courgettes, cucumber. There are more courgettes. Do I need any more? I think I'll leave those on for now. Ah, yes, definitely I want some leaves. So, oh, go on, go. A few from each plant. I think that might do. A couple more. No, that'll do. Oh, and I think there is some cocoa I can have. Yeah. Gone a little bit early on a couple of these. For harvest, you want them when they've turned to this. Where's the light? It's really hard light today because it's so overcast, but sort of pale creamy yellow. And I've got a couple that are, you can see how it's still a little bit green, but I can see the beans are fat in there, so that will do me. Just a little handful, and yeah, that'll make me happy. Hang on, don't need that bit of leafage. So yeah, don't need to pick masses, but enough for a few meals. They are beautiful. That will do a couple of, actually I might do a big pot of my hot bean lentil salad using the anyway, we can talk about recipe meal planning in a sec, back indoors. A bunch of courgettes and your cucumber. No tomatoes yet, but let me show you. Yay, the first blush of colour. I think give it another week or so. We've got some really hot sunny weather coming. They're all going to go mad, hence my getting those freezer tubs, and that one too. Woo! And the next one, I mean, I know it's really green through the screen, but I can see that first blush of colour coming to it. Fantastic. Right, let's go and tot up how much I've spent and what I'm going to do with it all. Oh, I've just realised as well, I'm going to have a lettuce. Yeah, what I will do, because I'm not going to have lettuce today, not with my planned lunch today, but in the next few days I will start in on this lot. And what I'll do is I'll just take 1 or 2 leaves from each plant. Yeah, and that romaine looks nice. That's the romaine in the middle. It's a nice bit of slightly firmer leaf. Oh, brilliant! I'd completely forgotten about that. Yes, so that's some more food. Brilliant. Oh, happy days! I am so glad to be harvesting again. Yay! I mean, it's, you know, it will save me a bunch on my shopping bill, especially just with how much the tomatoes were. I'm going to have so many tomatoes. It's brilliant. So, what have I spent? What have I bought? So you saw, there was some, sorry, the camera work might have been all over the place, especially when I dropped those mushrooms, but I've got hold of a trolley in one hand, camera in the other. There's people everywhere. It's a bit tricky, but also, suddenly the piped music came in really strongly and I thought, oh, I have to turn the camera off. Right, so I got the mushrooms, the organic mushrooms, and they were £2.25, so that's 250 grams. They are going to form the basis of a curry. So with my cooking, with batch cooking, I will do 2, 3, sometimes 4 recipes each week, and each time I make them, I'm making 4 to 6 portions. So that will be one part of my batch cooking this week, a curry using the mushrooms as a base, and that will easily make 4 portions, probably 5. And also in that, I will put some cauliflower. That was £1.19. I really quite enjoy cauliflower raw. So I've got in the store cupboard, I've got some chickpeas and I've got tahini in the fridge. I might make up a batch of hummus, and I'd have raw cauliflower with my hummus for lunch more than happily. So that's another possibility. It might be that I do a second curry, a slight variation without mushrooms, cauliflower and something else. Might change up the spices, but there's a lot there. And of course all the greens can be used as well. I might just have the greens steamed and just on top of the curry that I make. And then I bought, you didn't see me getting these because this is when the piped music started going crazy. I bought another couple of packets of oat cakes. They were £1.20. I've yet to find organic oat cakes. I should look in the health food shop. But anyway, so they're not organic, but I don't buy these every week, not by any means. I'm aware that I think in the last weekly shop, I think I bought a couple of boxes. That was a few weeks ago. I just think they're quite handy to have in the cupboard when they're just a little bit extra, you know, just a couple of them with soup or something. I don't always, but I just like having them, and they last for ages. When's this, you know, best before January next year, so great. So at Co-op I spent a total of, and I even had the exact change for them, £8.24. And at Salt Pig my tomatoes cost, let's see that, £3.98. Quite expensive there. That's the first time I've bought from them because I wanted to buy loose. So that works out. So that was for just over 300 grams. So times it by 3 to get the kilo weight for, it's about £12 per kilo. I'm going to look because you know, when we were in Co-op, I showed you their organic ones, which I've had quite often in that little tray. And they're they're really lovely. And the thing is, that tray is card, and then the wrapper, they take it back for recycling. So yeah, ideally I prefer just paper, but anyway, I'll check that out. So £3.98. So on food this week, my shopping bill is £12.22, but of course, as we've just seen in the garden, that's all going to be added to it. So cucumber and some of the tomatoes. Oh, that's heavy. Cucumber and some of the tomatoes and the feta. Oh yeah, that included the feta cheese, but I put the feta in the fridge as soon as I got home. So that will make koriatiki, my absolute adored Greek salad at this time of year. So that some of the tomatoes, that will easily do, well, half of that block of feta will do me 2 portions. So that's 2 lunches this week. The other half, the block of feta, it might go into the freezer. The courgettes, I've got some leftover swede when I made fasolada last week in the fridge. So that will go with the courgettes, that will make soup, it will make 6 portions. So I will probably have 2, maybe 3 portions of that this week. So we're now up to 4 or 5 lunches from this lot. And then I'm going to do my bean and lentil hot lunch salad, and I'm going to use some of the chard. I'll probably use quite a lot of it for that, and the other half of the tomatoes that I just bought today will go in that. So lentils I always have lentils in stock, haven't had to buy any this week. The beans, well, I think what I will do, got my first handful of cocoa, I'm going to have these on their own, just with a little bit of oil and garlic. They're so good. I want that first taste just on their own. But for that hot salad, I'll add some more beans. So that will be, when I make that turns into 4 portions. So the lunches, 4, 6, 10, 11. I've got about 12 portions of lunches that I'm going to get out of this, and stuff from the store crib and leftover stuff in the fridge. Great. In the fridge I also have loads of leftover carrots. I've got about 3 or 4 leftover stalks of celery. So I could use those as the base for another beanie type stew. I could use the chard stalks and the cauliflower greens in that. So that might be a nice kind of use it all up kind of recipe. What else am I planning? So yeah, actually I think I'll do that. I'll do another beanie stew, because then in terms of batch cooking, that's a soup, the lentil bean salad, lunchy salad, and then I'll do the curry and a stew with all the green bits plus leftover carrots and celery. And actually I could put some cauliflower into that too. So that would be 8 evening meals. I won't eat just those this week. I will put, when I make them, 4 or 5 portions of each, 2 in the fridge, 2 or 3 in the freezer. Lovely, chuffed, using everything up, stretching everything, a bit from the garden, chucking leftovers together to create a whole nother meal. Brilliant. I also bought, of course, I call them takeaway tubs. Freezer tubs. These are still bigger than the ones I used to use. The ones I used to use were 500 mils, these are 650. So they were a little bit more shallow, and actually it worked out that they were exactly the same, the equivalent of having a tin can. So I just have to be mindful not to fill these completely. It's mostly for the tomatoes. So they were £2 each, so that's £4. I didn't get a receipt from Bert, but you can see there's the price and There's the 2 I bought. So that's a total of £4. So today, out there, I've spent £16.22p. That's great. I don't know that there's anything else I need this week. So I've got, that's round about £34 of my budget left over. What I will do is I'll hang on to £14 of that in my purse for now. But I think the other 20, I'm going to pop into the post office tomorrow anyway. That 20 I'm going to put into my post office savings and forget I ever had it. Put it into the savings. I'm back to saving really hard again because there's things I want to do here, you know, want to do, need to do. So yeah, I'm not going to blow it just because I've got it left over. Right, just before I go, I've come home and there was a little parcel letter waiting for me. Really lovely card. Thank you, Sue. Lovely words. And some seeds. Thank you. I'm starting to think that's my mindset again now. So there's some borlotti and there's 3 different types of, these are all climbers. This is Monte Cristo, Monte Gusto and Carminat. French beans, climbing French beans, but they are for eating the whole bean, the pod, rather than waiting for the beans inside. So it's sometimes nice to have pod beans as well as I do with the coco de Pampol. You grow this for the bean inside. Yay, and all that gorgeous protein. But that will be lovely, and of course because it's climbing, it's taking up less space. And also, Sue, melon. I don't like melons. I'm really sorry. I'm just being honest. I'm not a fan of melons, so what I will do, with your permission, if that's okay, I will hand these over to, there is a community garden here somewhere. I haven't seen it, I haven't been there. I'll do my research and I'll find a community garden to give these to, if that's okay with you. You also left a bit of a cryptic note on the back about at 61. Please get in touch and tell me what that's about. Anyway, so yeah, what a lovely thing to, you know, to come home from the shop, straight out to the garden, pick a few more bits and bobs. I'm going to get cooking this afternoon. I'll do some work first, bit of cooking, bit more work, later on a bit more cooking, then much later on wash up, all the washing up. But how lovely to come home from the shops, go out to the garden to pick stuff, and to also open a letter with really gorgeous, gorgeous seeds inside it. Thank you, lovely. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed coming shopping with me today. It was fun to have your company. I will see you again really soon for the next one. Not sure what it will be, but I'm just really happy to be kind of thinking about my cooking and my shopping. Once again, I'm thinking about it based around what I can grow outside, and it just shows, you know, growing a little bit of your own, even with a really tiny garden like this compared with, say, the allotment. Even with a really tiny garden, I can really help my budget. I can really just bring that shopping bill down each week. You know what, even if I bring my shopping bill down by £3 or £4 a week, it'll be more than that. Organic tomatoes, a tin of organic tomatoes is about £1 or so. I can't remember now. Anyway, the point is, if I can bring my shopping bill down by £4 a week, that's £200 a year. That £200 can go into the garden fund for sorting out the patio. Brilliant. I'm so happy. All right, lovelies, waffling now. Until the next one, cheerio.